Hey, good day, folks. It's Coach Blue for you. And today I want to talk about a topic that I think is misnamed as well. And that's people always often say that people do what they want to do or they make time to do what they want. And I have a disagreement with that. I don't think any of us actually do what we want to do most of the time. We end up doing what others want us to do. We spend our whole lives doing what others want us to do as opposed to doing what we really want to do. Um, we probably should spend our lives, we should spend our life um, doing what we want to do because that's what brings happiness or joy or self fulfillment to us as individuals without even worrying about how it affects someone else or um, what type of impact it may or may not have on them. Because each of us is responsible for living our own life. And what we end up doing is living someone else's life as a vessel for them by doing things they want us to do or doing things we think they want us to do or doing things that others want and really sacrificing or neglecting our own life or our own enjoyment of life. It sounds like a selfish principle, but it's really we have everything so backwards in this world or how we handle things, and the perception is if you are being doing what you want to do, then you're selfish, you're not caring for others, you're unthoughtful, a whole realm of thoughts or accusations that may not be accurate because you're trying to be be joyful within yourself or live your life to a point where you're happy, whatever happiness may be or to you. So, like I said, the saying always goes is, people always make time for what they really want to do. We really don't. We make time. We let me back up. We do that a small percentage of the time. We do what we really want to do a very small percentage of the time. On a scale of 100, it's maybe 10 to 15% of the time may be the times that we really do what we want to do or make the time to do what we really want to do. That other time, that 85, 90% time that we're doing things, we're really making decisions and doing things that others want us to do. There should be times with as people or as combinations or relationships or as folks that people are doing what they want to do as individuals, but collectively. There's no reason why I can't go to a soccer game, for example, and my son wants to go to a soccer game. So he's doing something he wants to do, and I'm doing something I want to do, as opposed to he wants to go to a soccer game, but I'm going to take him to a soccer game, whether I really want to go or not, because that's what he wants to do. So that's a little bit different. But I think that's where most of us end up spending our lives or making our commitments or making our choices or obligations of what we're going to do and who we're going to do them with and who we're going to do them for. Um, and it's sad because we get chastised or beat up so bad about um, when it's in someone else's eyes. Usually it's in the eyes of the person who's not getting what they want from you at that point in time where they tell you that if that's what you really wanted to do, you would make time. It's that selfishness again. But at that point, why is that person not doing what they want to do to enjoy their life? And why are you being chastised for doing what you want to do to enjoy your life? And sometimes those paths may cross or they may meet, and sometimes they may not. But you shouldn't be chastised. You shouldn't be ostracized or downplayed or made to feel less than because the choice you made about what you wanted to do wasn't the choice that they wanted you to make about what they wanted you to do for them or with them. And that's a huge struggle. Like I said, we make decisions. You make decisions for your children on things that you want to do, or you push aside things that you really want to do that you haven't done or made time for because you're making that time for your children, for your spouse, your significant other, your employer, your parents, For a number of folks, a number of situations, you're taking what you really want to do in that time and giving it to someone else or to something else. And which is your most precious thing, which is, it should be honored when you make those choices. And then when you make the choices to do something for yourself, it should be honored because you've given so much of your time and your life to the wills and wishes of someone else or what they want as opposed to yourself. And what I'm finding out is, yeah, it's I guess in our mindset in a Western society, it's a selfish thought is that your life is your life. You should be happy with your life. You should enjoy your life. You should have happiness and ecstasy, um, uh, joy, just all types of these, I guess, so-called wonderful feelings or wonderful aspects of your life based off your choices in the realm of that's what you're seeking or what you're looking for. And if it involves you doing something or doing something for or with someone else, so be it. That's an extra plus. But if it doesn't, so be it. It's for you. It's for you. And so much of our time in life is spent with a different focus, with such a different focus, and we lose track of who we are and what we want. I really want to play soccer. I really want to go on a trip overseas or in the Caribbean by myself. I really want to fix my cars the way I want to. I really don't want to go to work. I really want to retire. I really want to, you know, go around the world solo. I want to go live in another country. I want to move out of this country. Um, I want to visit some close friends I haven't seen in years. All those things I've mentioned are things I really want to do, but I haven't made time for any of them. Not one of them. I'll be 56 years old this year. All we don't have is time. Our time is precious. Our time is vital. Every second is a deduction from our register or amount of time we have to live and to have a life. And we put things off for whatever reason, and I have a number of reasons why I haven't chose to do those things or made time. Some of it is because I've made time to do things for someone else or for something else or somewhere else. Um, and they're not really things I want to do. They're things I do, but making time for the things I really want to do, that time has been dedicated elsewhere. And it's just bothersome to hear those statements a lot that people make time for what they really want to do. It's really not true. And you can answer those questions for yourself. If you look at your daily, or if you pick a week and your day-to-day actions, your day-to-day decisions from day to day, how many things or activities or decisions are you making or doing things that you really want to do in that time frame? You may get to between 5 and 10% of those decisions or things you're doing are things that you really want to do, and you're making time to do what you really want to do. You know? So I don't know. I want to go to China and practice kung fu with a Chinese monk for 30 days. You know, there's so many things that I want to do that I should make or have made time to do, but I've been caught up in this facsimile of reality of what decisions should be or should not be that I haven't. So it's up to me at this point, and it's up to you at this point to get to make those decisions, to do things that you really want to do for you, to live your life. And that's all I'm really trying to get to in this point is each of us, we should go live our lives. Live your life. Have life. Don't just live, because too many of us just live, which means we're just existing. We're functioning from day to day, event to event. But we should have life. And life is energy. Life is vibrant. Life is fluid. Life is reflective. Life is attractive. Life is joyful. Life is happy. Life is what we all should be striving for. Life is where we all should be. I'm not there. Hopefully, I will grow enough and make the right decisions to live life more. Um, but it's still my message. At least I know where I'm at and where I'm not. I understand what I have to work on in order to get to the point where that makes it more attainable, and I'm more focused on those things. Real briefly, if we're able, from what I'm learning is, for true success or to true enjoyment for things in life, boils simply down to focus. The human person or mind um, has a extreme ability, but our challenge from day to day or as people is we can't focus on any one item or project long enough to steer energy or to steer direction towards it. And you say, that's crazy. I focus all day at this or focus on. No, you really don't. We focus on things for brief moments of time, a minute or two, and then we get distracted into something else and we may come back to it. What I mean by focus is, like, for example, for 5 minutes, can you focus on one thing? Can you have one thought, one energy that you're projecting or that you're receiving, that's all you're focused on for 5 minutes? I beg to say you might not make it up to 30 seconds. If you make it up to a minute, that's great. But my guarantee is that you won't get past that without something else distracting you, something else coming into play that you start thinking about outside of being focused on that one item. And that was a statement by Andrew Carnegie. Um, the person who was very successful back in the early turn of the century in the manufacturing age, about his success of being a billionaire in a relatively short amount of time. And he was questioned. Actually, he was subpoenaed and investigated by the United States government about his success. They thought it was illegal or something. And basically, when the Senate uh, interviewed him or had him on trial, uh, and they were asking him about his success, they couldn't find anything. They asked him, "Well, how does he do it? What is his key, or what is his area for success?" And his statement was, he's able to focus on his business for 5 minute segments at a time, and that's all he's focused on. And he says most people can't do that. And he says, and he asked the Senate as an example to do that. The people there, they couldn't do it. They were off on a tangent within a minute or so. And he said, based off of that, then you guys should not be running the country. You're poor candidates for running the country. When you get into more spiritual or Eastern philosophy and things of that nature, people who meditate and people have different faculties that do with your health and spirituality, that's a big factor too, and it's that focus. And how well can you focus on that item or that endeavor without being distracted? And 5 minutes is a long time. I'm not there. It's very difficult, but it's something to work upon, and it'll change your attractiveness. And I'm not talking about how good you look or how good you don't look. I'm talking about the things that are in the elements or an atmosphere or the universe that can help you move to your next level. So, one more time, Coach Blue signing out, saying thank you for listening, for watching. Please share me. Please hit like. Please hit comments and share with me as well. But most of all, I ask that you please gain understanding. Peace.